If you are experiencing foundation issues, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
The B.B. Calmer All Sports Booster Club presents the Coach Adam Fossett Show. And for the first time, 18, 19 years, you're hosting a playoff game here in town. Way to go.
Yeah, it's been a while. So it's...
You're down 16-0 in Fultondale.
Mm-hmm.
And Fultondale, that senior class had not lost a region game in 4 years. They're 24-0.
Yep.
You're down 16-0 in a game that most people, to be honest with you, thought you were going to lose anyway.
Right.
So your feelings at that point of the game?
Yeah, at the end of the first quarter, we're down 16-0, and we don't have a first down on offense. So
that's not good.
It's not good. It's not good at all. So during the break between quarters, we just talked to the guys, and it was more so, I think it was more so nerves and just not being there before and wanting, kind of wanting to be successful so bad that they were trying too hard. So kids came in, we settled them down, said, hey, stop trying to do too much. Just do your job and let everybody else do their job. And we kind of changed a few things offensively. We went to an empty set and let Devontae pick and choose some holes and run some stuff. And he was picking up yardage, and we started getting first downs, started driving the ball. And then we were able to score twice. So it was 19-14 at halftime. And then we come out in the second half. And, we dominated the second half. We didn't give up another score.
Could you see a spring in their step at halftime? You're down 16-0, you come back and only down 19-14?
Well, honestly, like at halftime and talking to them and telling them, it looked like they didn't believe that they could do it. So I was very concerned coming out of the half. And then we get the ball, we drive down the field, and we turn over on downs in the red zone, and they get the ball, Fultondale gets the ball and starts driving, we stop them. So when we are able to put the score on the board to put us ahead, we're ahead by 1. Excuse me. So that, I knew that wasn't enough. So, and then we drive again, we get in a predicament. So the final score for us, Devontae scrambles on a 4th and 10 and somehow gets away on the sideline, down the sideline, and scores on 4th and 10. So at that point, we go up 9 points, and I can rest a little bit easier because we're up. It's a 2-score ball game. So, but once our kids settled down and started playing ball, we were able to play, and we're playing really good football right now, and we want that to continue into Friday. We want that to continue into as deep as we can go in this playoff run. One major thing Friday night for us was the crowd. I thought we had more people there than Fultondale had.
Wow.
And it was packed, and our crowd was loud and cheering our guys on, and it was really cool to see and really cool to be a part of that. As you could tell, as the game started turning, and as we started picking up momentum, the crowd's momentum picked up, and then by the end of the game, our sidelines and crowds, it was loud. So it was, and that helped us out a ton. Our kids feed off of that.
Basically a young B.B. Calmer football team. Who was a player or two who got the message from you at the end of that first quarter? Hey, we got to pick it up.
Our big time leaders, Brian Bradford and Devontae Carmichael, Brian runs the defense and Devontae runs the offense for us, and they get everybody lined up and get everybody taken care of. But we have some young guys that like sophomore Corey Anderson, who plays offensive and defensive line for us. He really stepped up and did well for us. Kobe McCain stepped up for us and made some huge plays offensively, and then defensively in a critical point, he jumps up and knocks down a pass on 3rd down and makes a big play for us. So you can never, I can never go in talking stuff like this, you can never remiss our 2 8th graders, Chris Wilson and Kamor Harris. They're starting. Chris is starting on both sides of the ball, playing defensive line, offensive tackle for us, and you're talking about 8th graders in playoff football that are really getting a lot of experience and a lot of good snaps as 8th graders. So they'll be very seasoned into the future.
Brian Bradford is a young man that he's the kind of guy you want on your football team.
No doubt. Brian he's the type of guy that you want anywhere around you, whether it's on your football team, in the community, wherever. He's a great kid. I've seen him grow up so much this year. I've seen him mature so much, and just as a person, you want that kid to be successful. Mm-hmm. He's one of those kids that you meet, and anybody that he meets, he's outgoing. He's going to shake your hand. He's going to ask you how your day's going. He's going to, he's always going to be there. After leading up to all this, after all the games, he finds me and shakes my hand or gives me a hug, and he's excited. He's a senior that's been here. He's been through it for 4 years, and it's just he's one of those kids that it's fun to see this success happen for, mm-hmm. and it's fun for all of them. But him and a couple of those other seniors have really struggled. They've fought and fought and fought, and they've been at rock bottom, and now we're here in a place that a lot of people say we shouldn't be, and we earned it, but a lot of people, Coach, you're not supposed to be in the second round in year 2 of your program, and why not us, and that's what I tell our guys. Why not us? We did what we had to do. We played through the tough region schedule. The top 3 in the region beat us, and we get that. But I think those games seasoned us for now. Those games seasoned us for going to Weaver. We had to go to Weaver on a Thursday night and play, and won big. We had to win against Fayetteville, and our backs were against the wall. You guys, you got to win, and you don't want to present it to our guys like that, because our guys play better when they're loose. But you also have to say, hey, look, if you want to play in the playoffs, you have to win this game. So we win that game, and then they know, hey, it's win or go home at this point. And Friday night, they knew that, and we didn't. At halftime, it wasn't, hey, if you don't win, we're done. That wasn't it. It was, we're down 5 points. We can score. We know we got a plan here. We know what we're doing. You guys have to play better. In certain spots on defense, we got to play better at certain spots on offense, and we go out and do that.
Had to be a happy ride home.
Oh man, it was good. It was fun. The guys were tired. Like it was, it was a physical game, and they were tired. The weather, we prepare our guys for the weather, and we tell them 4 or 5 days in advance, hey, Friday's going to be cold. And then we made sure I had ordered cold gears for all our guys, so everybody had a cold gear top to stay warm and stuff like that, because it doesn't matter how athletic you are, how good you are, if you're not prepared for the elements, then those elements are going to take a toll on you. So we wanted to make sure our kids were as prepared as possible, and we're able to do that financially. We were able to order a set of cold gears, and we can use them in the future,
yeah.
and things like that. But we're going to take care of the kids. Friday was a good day for us. Our administration allowed us to leave early, and we actually went into Birmingham. Went to Vestavia Hills High School, and they let us do a little walk through there, and the kids got to see what a 7A campus looks like, mm-hmm. and things like that. And then afterwards, wouldn't let them eat lunch, and then we went to Birmingham Southern and did a tour of Birmingham Southern, and got to see their campus and athletic facilities before we headed over to Fultondale.
Adam Fossett, the head football coach and athletic director at B.B. Comer, joins us. The Tigers over Fultondale, first round of the 3A playoffs, and all 4 teams in the region mm-hmm. won.
Yeah, all 4 of our teams won. Every Saturday we have to go to Montgomery for a playoff meeting. Every Saturday that you're in, you go to Montgomery for a playoff meeting, and that was one of the points of emphasis that the state made when they were going over just different things that happened in the state Friday night, is they made it a point to say in Class 3A Region 6, all 4 teams advanced. Mm-hmm. And there was only 2 regions in the state, 1 through 7A, that advanced. And I think the other one was Class 5 Region 6, or I don't know if that's correct or not. But for all 4 of our teams to advance says a lot about our region, says a lot about the toughness of our region. Mm-hmm. If all 4 teams advance this week, then the north part of the bracket will be all our region. So our 4 teams will be the only teams in the north left. So
and certainly that is possible.
Right.
The B.B. Comer family, this community, have really rallied behind this B.B. Comer football team.
They have. Man, that has been probably one of the most exciting things to see, is to see the people that have rallied behind this team, and the people that have. There's people that shake my hands or tell me, "Hey, good luck Friday. We'll be at the game." Or I can't go to Walmart without a conversation starting about what's going on, and it's so great to see. It's you really want to talk about a building up of a community and people coming together and things like that, and it's pretty cool to see that this has done that. You know, this has brought a lot of life back into some fans that haven't
had a whole lot to cheer for in the last number of years.
Haven't had a whole lot to cheer for, you know, and they enjoy it. They the tailgates before the game, there's tons of people there, and that's something that started this year. And then the crowds are getting bigger and bigger, and you can tell the support level because of the crowd we had Friday night. You know, it was cold Friday night. It was in Fultondale. Those people didn't have to drive up there, and they did. And it was a big crowd for us, and it's almost surreal sometimes to see, because I remember some games last year early in the season where there'd be, you know, a handful of people there, and then, you know, there'd be a handful on the road, or there'd be a few people there, you know, and now it's just like more and more people are there. And the cool thing to me is that like tomorrow night, if you're a high school football fan in general, it doesn't matter if you're a Comer fan or not, you can come to the stadium and see football.
Let's talk Geraldine. Geraldine went there last week. Come to Legion Stadium tomorrow night. Kick off at 7 o'clock. What do you know about this team?
Geraldine's going to run the ball. They live and die by the run. They're very gritty up front. Their offensive line fires off the ball, and they make room for their backs. So their quarterback's pretty good. They have a couple a tailback that's pretty tough. So we've got to put them in bad situations. We've got to put them in second and longs, third and mediums, and things like that to try and force the pass. So they're gonna cause some issues, and they're gonna make a few plays. But we've got to make sure we bend and don't break defensively.
Do they compare to any opponents from this year?
You know, as a coaching staff, we talked about that, and they're a cross between Pleasant Valley and Welborn, so very similar to Pleasant Valley. I think they're a little bit more crisp than Pleasant Valley. They don't make mistakes, but yeah, I would say close to a Pleasant Valley as far as what they run on offense. Defensively, they're going to be a 4-3, and they're playing cover 4 and cover 2, and don't want to they don't want to get beat deep. So. Offensively, I think we have a lot of weapons. I mean, it's offensively, if things are going well for us, we've got either Carmichael or Johnson out of the backfield. We've got James Carmichael or DeLeon Welch as far as receivers. We've got Julius McCain as a receiver, tight end type. So. We've got a lot of weapons that we can go to offensively, and we'll have to spread the ball around and utilize those weapons. And, of course, we've got to make special teams special. So something good's got to happen for us on special teams. Yeah,
tomorrow night kickoff 7 o'clock against Geraldine, noting that their power is running the football. How does that set up for B.B. Comer's defense? How comfortable are you with that?
You know, after what we've seen this year with Welborn and with Pleasant Valley and how we've handled them, I'm pretty confident that the game plan's there. You know, it's going to be up to our guys to make plays and to do the things that they need to do. But you know, when you get to this point in the season, for us, when you get to this point in the season, for me, my philosophy maybe different than other head coaches, but we have to be very careful as far as practicing. So, for us to be prepared, we've got to see what they do, and we run their plays through scout team. But we also have to be very careful as far as how much we're hitting on each other. And you're banged up. You're in week 12, week 13, whatever week of this season it is, week 12, I guess. And we've got guys that are banged up. I mean, it's just it's football. So we've prepared pretty well. We've done a lot of film study this week, and especially with the weather being the way it was early in the week, we were able to do a lot of film, and then we were able to get on the field yesterday and see it in action. And then today we'll see it in action, but we'll be in helmets and continue to work for that. But
you are very loyal to your staff, and you're very happy and proud of your staff.
Yes. Our coaching staff does a really good job. We have so many different roles. I mean, every coach is coaching both sides of the ball. My offensive and defensive coordinators do a great job. Mike Watts does a great job for us running the defense, and then Robert Hardy is running the offense for us, and they do a great job. They put in a lot of time. We were talking about the stats and how those stats get done and things like that, and they kind of went back and forth about stats yesterday, about which ones took longer, and defensive stats take a lot longer to do than offensive stats. So, offensively, you can watch the play once or twice and figure out the stats. Defensively, you got to watch it 6, 8, 10 times to figure out who all was on the tackle and stuff like that. But yeah, we have a great coaching staff. I've got a couple of young guys, Michael Hill and Cy Butler. Cy Butler played for me at Chillsburg, and he's doing a great job for us. And obviously, Michael Hale is from Comer, and he's back here with us and coaches with us. And then he's also the head boys basketball coach. And then we have a couple guys that help us out, that community coaches that help us out, and then Mark Vincent helps us out as well. So.
You mentioned this a little bit earlier. This senior group, even though it's small, this senior group has gone through the rigors, and you've got to feel happy for these guys.
Yeah. These guys, those 6 seniors, man, it's fun to watch. It's fun to watch the excitement on their face when good things happen, and they deserve it so much. They deserve the success. They deserve this feeling of playoff football and to know what playoff football is all about. And it's kind of like we talk about when you build a program, you gotta go through the bumps and bruises, and those guys from last year kind of laid the groundwork, and these guys this year are putting on a foundation, and they're doing a good job putting a good foundation down for the future of this program. And it's something that we won't forget, and it's something that we'll be appreciative of as a program for years to come, because they're turning a lot of heads and making believers out of a lot of people.
Not a lot of teams have gotten to round 2, and matter of fact, during the regular season, you would take Saturday, your coaching staff would get the scouting report ready for the next week. You'd take Saturday with your family, not the last 2 Saturdays.
No. Last 2 Saturdays we've gone to Montgomery, and but it's been fun. Like it's fun to get to go to Montgomery anyway, to be able to go to those playoff meetings. But I've really enjoyed it because my oldest son has gone with me. He's diehard about it. Dad, I want to go. So he goes with me. He sits in the meetings with me, and he goes through the bracket with me and all that other stuff. And then afterwards we'll get lunch and then head back up. So it's a good time to spend with him, and just he's really into this. Last week, Max he comes up. I'm talking to White Hat for pregame, and I tell him he gets the captains. He says, "If you win the toss, what do you want to do?" I said, "I want to defer." Well, Max is standing next to me. He elbows me. He says, "No, you want the ball." And he looks at White Hat and he says, we want the ball. I'm like, "No, Max. No, we want to defer. I want the ball in the second half." So he gets mad at me because, but he's trying to say, "No, you want the ball." So he watches film with me. He does. It's pretty neat. He can tell me what's going on. He tells me every week what I need to do or what we need to do to win.
as we leave this morning, and good luck to the Tigers tomorrow night against Geraldine, couple of final pointers on what B.B. Comer must do and must avoid to beat this Geraldine team.
As far as avoiding, we've got to avoid giving up the big play. You know, we can't let them get big plays on us. We can't let them get plays over 20 yards on us. We've got to bend, not break. We've got to make some things happen. Honestly, we need some turnovers. We need some defensive turnovers. I'll take a fumble return for a touchdown or a pick six, or I told the defense, I'm not picky, just make them happen. So, and then special teams is going to be key for us. We've got to make special teams special, and we need to establish field position and just simple things as far as kick return, return the ball where you're supposed to, get yards, don't run side to side, punt return, and just catch the ball. If we're not catching the ball, then we're giving up 10, 15, 20 yards on the bounce sometimes. So catching the ball, and then offensively, we're going to have to be able to utilize our weapons in space and move guys around and be a multi-dimensional. We're going to have to be able to run and throw the ball.
All right, Coach Adam Fossett, the head football coach and athletic director at B.B. Comer. The Tigers at home tomorrow night, second round of the 3A football playoffs, and they'll take on Geraldine. That kicks at 7 o'clock. And Coach, let's do it again next week for round 3.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
More Daybreak in a minute. Brought to you by the B.B. Comer All Sports Athletic Booster Club. More Daybreak in a minute.